Welcome back. I have between on the break there, I have added a few additional jobs because we're going to set some conditional formatting to show us when jobs are late, highlight them, things like that. And so I wanted a little more data in here. So we have 5 jobs total in our system now. Again, just new record and then enter the information for that job. You've got it. So want to set up some conditional formatting for this job. So how do we do that? Well, again, as a reminder, let's go in and save a backup. The easiest thing to do is go up to File, Save a Copy As, or we can close the file as I talked about before and just copying on our desktop. That's very easy as well, but save a copy as, and then save an additional copy, just rename it backup dash the date, something like that. So we've backed up and we want to set some conditional formatting. What I'd really like to do is if a job is late, I want it to really be highlighted on my list. I want it to be red and bold. So how do we do that? Well, let's go to Edit Layout here. And then I'm going to select Due Date. Again, there's 1,000 ways to do this, but right click on it and then go to Conditional Formatting. Okay. And so I'm going to add a condition and I'm going to say the value is more than X days past. Okay. So, or before today would work really well. So that's really simple. Value is before today. And then let's do the fill color of this dark red and let's set the text color to white and let's make it bold. Okay. So we're going to go to bold white text with a red background, a red fill. Okay. And you can go into more formatting and you can do all kinds of things with it. Click OK. Very simple. Now exit the layout and let's look at that. There we go. So this today happens to be January 1st. So let me show you something real quick. So let's go to, I'll click here, click the text, I'll put some text there, insert, merge, other symbol there. Let's do the date symbol right there, current date. That's what I want. So you can see the date that I'm actually recording this. 1/1/2021, and so obviously something the 12/31 is late. And so just cleaning this up a little bit more, since we're not editing the calendar here, we edit the calendar up here from a previous video. Let's clean that up. Let's just make this an edit box so it doesn't have the calendar. And let's look at that again. There we go. Now it's really clear that this job is late. So I can click on this job and I can set this to yesterday and boom, automatically late. I can move it to today. It's not late. And then I can set it into the future. And of course, it's not going to be late. Now, something else that maybe I want to do is, let's say, any job in the next 7 days, I want it to be yellow because it's something that we want to be working on right now before it's late. So let's do that. So let's go back into this field. And then I'm going to right click on it. Again, this is a portal. So this is showing you a full list of all of the let's see if I do it this way. There you go. It's showing you a full list of all of the jobs that are in your found set that are being displayed on your screen based on, if you did a find or if you're showing all or something like that. So let's go set this conditional formatting. And we still have that red one there, but let's add another line. Okay. And so we'll say value is, let's think about this for a second. So less than X days ahead. So in the next 7 days would be less than X. So 7, less than 7 days ahead. Okay. I think that makes sense. So I'm going to put 7 here because the 7 correlates to that X there. And then we're going to go bold and fill color. Let's do like this light yellow just to kind of highlight it a little bit. Let's see if that works. Okay, so what's happened here? Well, this is odd because we have the yellow background on all 3 of these. This one has white text, but still the yellow background. So this is interesting. What happened? Why isn't this one red? Well, let's go look at it. So if we go into Edit Layout and we go into the due date here and the conditional formatting, what's going on is it's the conditional formatting is working in sequence. It's just going down the list. So it looks at every one of the records that we have, and it applies the conditional formatting to this field. So the value is before today. We know that. We say we want it bold, we want the text color white, and we want the fill color red. Okay, that is true on that one late job. But then we go in and we say the value is less than 7 days ahead. Well, unfortunately, what's going on is it's not saying between today and 7 days in the future. It's saying any job that is less than 7 days ahead, make the formatting of it bold, which it already is bold, so it's not changing that. Fill the color to yellow. It's changing the red to yellow, but then we're just ignoring whatever text color exists. So that text color we set to white in the previous in this setting here, and then here we don't do anything with the text color, so we're just ignoring it. So it stays white, and then we change the background to yellow, and that doesn't work all that well. So we could go in and write a formula that prevents this, but one of the things I think will work here is if we just change the order of this. Okay, so what we actually want to do is we want to set the value less than 7 days ahead true. So anything prior to today, it's going to set that to yellow, and fill color. It's going to set the fill color to yellow, and it's going to make it bold. And then we go in and we say if it's late, make it bold, set the fill color to red, overriding the yellow, and then set the text color to white. So let's see if that works. Just switching the order of these should work. So exit layout, save. And there we go. We got something in the future, in the next 7 days, yellow. And then if it's late, it's red with white letters. Really easy to see. So one of our other statuses here is we're waiting on artwork or waiting on payment. And I would really like to make it really clear that if you're in the sign, printing, t-shirt business, whatever, and you're waiting on customer artwork or you're waiting on payment, you may not want to do any work on this job, and you may want to make it really clear that you shouldn't do any work on this job. So let's make something across the whole screen that really makes it clear that we should not be working on this job. So let's go to edit layout here, and I'm going to get myself out of the way a little bit, and let's maybe a big text across here. Let's say waiting on payment. Okay, I'll make this large. We'll set the text to 18. No, bigger than that. Let's go 36. There we go. Something like so. Let's center it. Let's make it bold. Let's go to fill here and make this fill green for money. I don't know. Put that up here. Okay. And I like maybe white text. There we go. Waiting on payment. Okay. So edit, exit layout mode there. Okay, great. But it's on everything. So how do we set that up? Well, first of all, let's go to this job and say this job is waiting on payment. So we have a job that is actually waiting on payment. And then edit layout. And what we want to do, what we can actually do is under the data panel here, or the data tab, we have behavior. Under behavior, we have hide object when. And so what that means is any calculation that we put on here, if that calculation is true, then we're going to hide that object. So this is actually pretty simple. Again, just a bit of code here. Or maybe this is really kind of the first time that we're going to get into a calculation panel here. And we're going to want to hide this when the status is equal to waiting on payment. What we called it, I think it was. And it's actually not equal to, but not equal to. So we want to hide it if the status is not equal, the job status is not equal to waiting on payment. Okay, so let's just see how that works. I'm going to click OK. Exit layout there. Waiting on payment. So that's right. We're on this field, waiting on payment. But if I click here, oh, look, it goes away. So if a job status is waiting on payment, don't hide it, or don't hide it. But if it's any other status, basically, if it doesn't equal waiting on payment specifically, show it. We're not actually showing it. We're saying hide it only when the status is not equal waiting on payment. So we also have, I'm going to copy this, paste it, put it up here. I'm actually going to, let me do that. I'll just put it right there. And then I'm going to make this fill red. It's just sitting right on top of it, and that's fine. Waiting on artwork. Let's do that. And then we can go back in here and edit this. Waiting on. If the job status is not equal to waiting on artwork, hide it. We'll exit that. Save. Okay. So we've got waiting on payment. And let's do a new job where we're waiting on artwork, and boom, it shows up right there. It just covers up the artwork. It makes it hard to do work because it's covered up based on the status. So something useful there. You can do all kinds of stuff based on the status. You can show and hide things. You can make your menu over here do things. I could even move. Let's see if I take this and I'll hit Control D to duplicate it, and I'll make a tiny little version of it maybe with. Let's set this text to 8. Set that there. Okay, exit. And you can see right there, waiting on artwork on that job, but it's not showing up on any other job. So that's a little bit messy, but again, I kind of intentionally want to do that to really stop the user from, doing any work on this because we're waiting on artwork. So. All right, so we've got some conditional formatting there, and I have not made this look very pretty, but you can do it however you like, set it up however you like. Again, working in that layout mode is really simple. For our next step, one of the biggest advantages of using software is to be able to kind of track what's going on and see what happens and log things. FileMaker doesn't have any real built-in logging capabilities, but it's not that hard to set up a little part of the program that actually logs the status changes. And so the next video is going to be quite a bit more advanced, but we're going to get into writing a very, very short little script to help us log the changes in status on a job. So stay tuned. We'll get right into that.